What's happening there, everybody, man? How y'all doing this evening? It's 4 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock somewhere. I tell you that. And this is Make It Make Sense. This is Make It Make Sense. And this is your host, Mr. Come See By Me. And all I want to do is for it to make it make sense. Whatever we talk about, whatever it is that's going on, all I want to know is to make it make sense. That's all I want to do. Just make it make sense. Whatever it is that we go over, whatever it is that we talk about, whatever it is being discussed, whatever it is, man, we just want it to make sense. You understand what I'm saying? If you read the bottom of the screen where that fluorescent green is at, anything on y'all mind, y'all leave in them comments. Anything you want to talk about, y'all leave in them comments. But right now, man, I came up with the topic. But before I get with the topic, I'm going to give some more time for people to come in, but it's some stuff that I'm going to read to you. It's some stuff that I'm going to read to you, man. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? Just here to make it make sense, that's all. This is for entertainment purposes only, Facebook. This is for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. But this is Make It Make Sense. This is your host, Mr. Come See By Me. And you know how it gets down, man. I do have my little clips. I am going to add what I'm going to add. We're going to listen to a little bit of that. We're going to do it all, man. But right now, I'm going to give y'all some time to get in. You understand what I'm saying? I hope y'all football team winning. I hope you winning. And I hope everything that you're doing right now is for a winning reason. You understand what I'm saying? Good job. Wait for y'all to get in there, though. Cut this music off. How y'all feel out there, though? Yeah, give me some time to send out my stuffs. Man. Let me pull this up. Yeah, buddy, that way we don't get in trouble. I'm going to read y'all this little... Well, I'm going to read it to me. I'm talking to y'all. I came up here to talk to myself. Let me make it make sense. I came here to talk about myself and myself only. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody else. I just want to talk to myself. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. And look at myself on the big screen because that's what I'm doing while I'm talking to y'all. This is the wrong one. I'm going to read the wrong one, y'all. What's happening, everybody, man? How y'all doing this evening? Oh, wow. A sacrifice of thanksgiving. He who offers a sacrifice of thanksgiving honors me. Today, offer the Father a sacrifice of thanksgiving, even if everything is awry and you're feeling discouraged. Praise him. Anyway, how do you do so? How do you give praise to something that created you and got you in a position that you're in right now? Think about that. I want you to think about that for a minute, man. Huh? What kind of praise do you give? When do you give thanks to whatever it is that you give thanks to? However you give thanks to it. Because by now, if y'all don't know that there's more than one God, then I don't know what planet you're living on. I understand that some people think what they think. Again, I'm crazy, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I do not know what I'm talking about. Facebook and YouTube. They need to go out there and they need to seek their own kingdom and find out what their kingdom is and what they like in their kingdom. But as far as this kingdom right here, we're going to ask questions. We're going to find out, and we're going to ask, hey, man, make this make sense to me. If he said we was made in this image, if they said we was made in their image, then I know how great I am already, man. That's something to give praise to right now. You ought to give yourself a round of applause. You ought to give yourself a round of applause, boy. Why you not giving yourself a round of applause? You understand what I'm saying? All this stuff that you've been through and you still here standing and you still here doing better than what you was yesterday, and you could be doing much better, but you appreciate what's going on right now. You need to give yourself a praise right now. Put them nines in the chat if you believe so. Put them nines in the chat if you believe so. like I say, man, I get on here and I talk about stuff. I want to reflect on a week. If I got to reflect on a month, if I got to reflect on a day, I just know that this stuff is moving so fast that if you get caught up into anything in this world, your ass gonna get in the spin cycle. You ain't gonna be able to get out. People actually come here and they don't pay attention out in public because they don't want to be seen in public getting information. They don't want to be seen in public getting knowledge. They don't want to be seen in public applying the knowledge. They want to be seen in public applying the knowledge to the world, but they don't want to be seen in public to give the knowledge to themselves, so they know that, hey, if I was made in this image, before I wake up and go anything and step outside this door, I need to give myself some time to gather myself and gather all my thoughts, take deep breaths. You understand what I'm saying? And give thanks first. Before you do anything, before you open your mouth, you give thanks first. Give thanks to it, man, and it'll come right back to you so many times. If you know what you know, man, if you know what you know, I didn't know it was me. That's the topic, y'all. I didn't know it was me. Let me continue to read on. Deliberately look for reasons to be grateful, even in the most difficult of your circumstances. Review all the ways he's helped you in the past. Rejoice in his character, his love for you, and the salvation he's freely given you. List all the blessings you could think of, which are yours. Personalize the promise that God has made you in his word, and ask the Spirit of God to bring his truth to life as he seek to exalt him throughout the day. Now, if you give thanks to God all day long for what you're going through, at one point when you start praying to God, you believe, and at that point that you believe, that point that you believe, at that point when you believe it, because you could say it so many times, but it's the action that believes that when you do it, that action activates something. And when you activate something, it ought to cut on in your mind, and that dark space should be turned to light. But if you're around darkness, that darkness is going to keep you open because it's designed to keep you dark, because it knows the success that you're going to make. So therefore, I got to put you in darker situations. But he said, take those bright ones and put them in the dark and let them shine so the people in the dark can know where to go to. You understand what I'm saying? For the people in the dark, because even in the places, you know what I'm saying, Jesus hung, the Jesus that they, okay. All I know is if you had him in a crowd, he would blend in just like everybody else. He didn't stand out. He didn't have on the Pradas. He didn't have on the Gucci's. He didn't have on none of that. And he stood out. Make it make sense. I say, man, I didn't know it was me. What you mean I didn't know it was me? So when I prayed the other day, and it was just me and him by myself, and ain't nobody see me cry, ain't nobody see me to beg and ask or anything, ain't nobody see me believing what I was saying, the way that I was talking, and I was talking like I was talking to a best friend, and I was cussing and doing everything that they say is ungodly. Hey, man, some of that stuff that they say is ungodly, actually, that nigga, it ties in and goes with God. It actually ties in and goes with God. It actually ties in and goes with God, man. Hey, what God do you serve? Do you serve the God that kept people? Do you serve the God who hated people? Did you serve the God that was an all-loving God? There's so many examples of God in the Bible. I don't understand why they don't believe that there's more than one God. Even when that man was up there in that mountain and he was up there writing in stone and they was getting it together to plan for the people down there, these boys built a golden calf. Do you know that come on, man. And then I want y'all to think about how long it took to build that golden calf too. So that means he was up there in that mountain with that stone thing. Stop it. Let me play a clip for y'all, man. Let me play a clip. Today's topic is, I didn't know it was me. Ow. Let's go. Take a look at this, man. Y'all listen to this, man. This is just want to play this for a while, see where your head's at. We're gonna play today.
And you know what? You would talk to them. You love Jews when you love your cousin. Because it was put, what she just read was drilled into us as children. And right now today, man, if you go to your job with a tooth beyond, they want to fire you. But a Jew can come in their doggone job with that Hanukkah on, or whatever you call it, the yarmulke, whatever you call it, Yamaha, whatever it's called. A Jew can wear that little thing on top of their head all day long and won't nobody say nothing. All because of these lies right here. That's the confusion, man. Well, why can't I wear my kufi? You got to take that off if you're going to come in here. Why? He ain't taking his thing off his head. You walk in there with curls if you want to.
If you want to.
And they'll say you cross-dressing. But a Jew can walk in his job with his little curling iron things hanging down here.
Wow. Same thing.
Much respect. Why? Because God keeps saying different things to different people.
Different people.
The same thing. And again, I submit to you, God ain't said squat. I have control of it. I wasn't about to lose. Yeah, buddy. I thought I'd just hold on to the S a little while. What about this marriage relations? God keeps saying different things to different people about the same thing. For example, what about the status of women? Let's see.
Listen now.
What we've been taught about women according to the mind of God.
God.
What have we been taught? Turn to 1 Corinthians 14:34.
Okay.
Right,
turn to it.
Now follow how I'm saying this. What does God say about women? And how they be treated. 1 Corinthians 14:34. And see, if you believe the Bible to be the word of God, you're going to be one messed up person. Follow what I'm saying, man. If you believe what the Bible says to be God's word, you're going to be confused as hell. You're going to get yourself together. You're going to be messed up. Because here's what the Bible says. What does it say, sister?
Before I read that scripture, like I said, I am crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. This for entertainment purposes only. I like to play things so people can listen to it just like I'm listening to it, and I'm going to get what I want to get out of it. If we're going to talk about it, we can talk about it. If we feel the same way, we feel the same way. If we don't, that's okay. All I'm saying is, if you heard something more than 2 times, then it's time to start reading about it and looking into it, huh, folks? Huh? Don't you think? Don't you think? So some of this stuff that's been said, you got to think about it, man. I mean, I was watching some, before I even get into what I was watching, I'm going to let him finish talking and then I'm going to get in. I'm going to interrupt every now and then. Y'all know I'm going to interrupt when I'm about to blow up. That means when I'm shaking and move like that, I'm very animated. But when I'm very animated, I can just tap into my spirit. I feel so good when I be animated. You know, that's just like somebody dancing. That's just like somebody saying, thank you, God, for giving everything to me. And the way that it's coming to me, I appreciate it. I don't care if I don't like it. I just gave y'all an example, man. It's time for you to shout, but y'all don't want to shout because you with somebody who ain't really cool with me or who really ain't cool with no good old information that you can use. And boy, you feel so much better when you apply it. That's why the people that you are with kind of like, well, I can't see why y'all got some of them people right now in your group scared to even say something about it. Come on, Pastor.
And keep silence in the churches.
Wow.
For it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law.
And y'all be surprised how many black pastors right now today in May of 2007 still live by what she just read.
Wow.
I've been to churches where a woman cannot even step up into the pulpit. I'll never forget it as long as I live. I remember when I think it was my first appreciation service here, or something like that, and I scheduled my mother. Yeah. You remember that, Mom? I scheduled my mother to be the preacher for that day. And the secretary at that time called me for the program together, and she said, Pastor, who's the preacher? I said, my mother. She said, what's her name? I said, Dr. Eileen Gilmore. So she put it in the program. She said, okay, and she hung up. She called me back about 15 seconds later. She said, Pastor, check out how deep this is. It was only a St. Louis question. She said, Pastor, is your mother a woman? That's some deep stuff, ain't it? That told me right there what I was in store for.
What you was in store for then?
Is she a woman? I said, of course. How do you spell that? A-L-L-E-N, no A-L-E-N-E. Gilmore. Okay, call me back. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. You know, you're doing real good. We don't want you to mess up now. That's what you mean. We don't let women in the pulpit. I said, I'll tell you what. And I said, God, give me some wisdom. That's how to handle this right now. I said, you know what? I'll tell you what. Put my name there as the speaker. And that day, when it came to, she said, and she said, this story, she said, that would be better, Pastor. In fact, now we don't want your mother to speak, but it'd be better if she speaks from the floor.
Not in that sacred pulpit, huh? Ladies, how you feel? Hold up.
I said, I appreciate your advice.
Ladies, how you feel about that? Ladies, how do you feel about that? That man told this. I'm supposed to tell y'all. I'm supposed to tell you in the street version. Y'all got the King James version? Well, here go the street version. She ain't coming up here to preach, is she? Because she can't come up here. She better sit back there. Back there. Go on back there past Rosa. Because Rosa ain't wanting him. So if she gonna say something, she better sit way over there because she ain't gonna sit right there. Ladies, how do you feel about this? That's how them church men treating you. That's how it is. You go to church, they say a woman can't talk. The preacher tell you that. It's bad enough that the street nigga tell you that. The preacher tell you that. Now you feel empowered. That's why y'all was mad at us. I'm sorry. That's why y'all was mad at us, huh?
Thank you. That day when my mom was in my office, I said, Mom, I want you to take my arm and follow me. I'm taking you to my seat. And I escorted my mother.
I skipped a little bit. I'm sorry.
Because he had found some uncleanness in her. In other words, she now mind this now. And it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes. Ain't nothing there about him not having favor in my eyes anymore. He done got all big, fat, bald-headed. Okay. He don't look good to her no more either. Okay. That's the reason because she no longer finds favor in his eyes. Not deep. What can he do? Go ahead.
Then I can write her a bill of divorce.
Let him write her a bill of divorcement. And what else?
And get it in her hand.
Put it in her hand. What else?
I want to get to the controversy. Everybody doing everything with the comfort of this marriage. I don't know.
This verse from the Quran allows a
marriage
man to marry more than one woman, but only if he can deal justly with them. Now, reading from the same surah, verse 129. Let's go back to the Bible that they gave you to believe in.
All right.
Turn to Genesis 4:19.
We're going to go in the beginning, y'all.
I got about, oh man.
How you feel? I feel you. I feel you.
Time because I forgot this singing on there too. Genesis
I'm not singing. You better not ask me to sing.
And Laban took unto him 2 wives.
And Laban took unto himself how many?
2 wives.
Now, mind you, these are so-called men of God. Okay? Read Judges 8:30.
Men of God now. Which God? Pay attention. Which God?
I'm so
Pay
glad
attention.
this Minister Stewart grew up in the church because she's showing how to find these verses real quick, don't she? That's because as a little girl, she was made to do this. She had to do this thing called sword drill. You know, see how fast you can find the verses of the Bible. Judges 8:30. What does it say? Now, see, I just finished bragging on the sister, right? And Gideon had 70 and 10 sons. Wow. It doesn't even talk about how many daughters he had. How many is 3 score and 10? 70, right? A score is 20. So 3 scores 60 and 10 is 70. He had 70 sons.
That boy was humping like a lion.
Sons, not including the daughters. Now, why did he have so many sons? What does it say?
Well, he had many wives.
He had many wives.
A whole bunch of them. I'm finna say, boy.
Power and heart. First Samuel
That boy
1 and 2,
shooting
what
out
does it say?
peas. Pap, pap. That boy shooting out peas.
First Samuel 1 and 2. And then we're going to go
Lining them up. Peas just
to 2
coming
Samuel
out.
5:13.
Persons. That's what peas stand for. Person.
He had 2 wives. Go on, move to the next.
Yeah, boy.
2 Samuel 5:13.
Yeah, 2 at a
Now,
time.
I'm skipping all over because I got about 80 verses here to show how many of these people had all these wives. 2 Samuel 5:13. What does it say?
And David took him more compromise.
Now, y'all heard of David. I know some of y'all didn't never heard of Gideon. I know some of y'all never heard of Lamech and all the people, but I know y'all heard about David.
Huh? You heard about
Y'all
it?
heard about David, didn't you? You heard about David when you was a little boy. That was the dude with the slingshot
Okay.
and the stones who killed the giant, Goliath, right?
Yeah.
But when he grew up, he had what?
More concubines and wives out of Jerusalem.
You used
Okay.
to watch him take showers from on the roof. Huh?
First
Am
Kings
I wrong
11.
or am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he used to look at them when they taking a shower up there? That was him too?
What does it say?
In the chat, tell me was that David. Don't correct me neither. You know who I'm talking
Oh, he did.
to. You know who I'm talking to.
Go ahead,
Tell me
Leon.
if that's the same David
Lord, okay.
that's
Solomon had
up
one.
there on that roof.
Come on, y'all. Solomon even had Pharaoh's daughter, according to this, right? Go ahead. Now check this out, because all of these nationalities that she's naming now are descendants of Ham. Black folk. Right? Go
All
ahead.
right, pay attention.
Good God.
Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel,
Now, supposedly Solomon was a member of the tribe of Israel, right? Go ahead.
you shall not go in to them,
Don't go in and mess with these women.
Don't do that.
neither shall they come in unto you.
Don't bring them in your house either, Solomon.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
Some are black women. Okay? But I don't think he listened to God.
Solomon played unto these in love.
Notice what God, he didn't listen to God. God said, don't go there. But hey, the sisters must have put something
Every
on
time God, hold up.
Because it said he claimed
Hold up.
unto these women. And
Every time God tell us to do something, what we do as human beings, we go do the other shit that he said don't do. God put in red, these niggas painted shit in red for us to read and said don't do it, and we go do that shit anyway. You might as well put do it if you don't want the niggas to do it, because if you put don't do it, we doing it. Welcome to Make It Make Sense. I just wanted that to make sense too. I had to take time to make that make sense to myself, because I ain't talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. I be wanting to find out stuff and just talk about it to people and just see what their reaction is going to be. You know, watch their facial expression. You know what I'm saying? That's all I be wanting to do. You know, I picked the topic. I don't even know why I picked this topic. It was just on the top of my head. That's why it's called a top. Can I say, look, man, I didn't know it was me. I didn't know it was me I was praying to. Oh, Reggie, stop. I didn't know it was me I was praying to. Reggie, come on, man. You know you was praying to God. I ain't know what I was praying to, because I know that, you know, when I was younger, and this, you know, and I seen something the other day. Y'all know how I like to say you talking tens. Let me pull my big face back up here. You know how I say when you talking tens, right? When you talking tens, what I mean, you got 0 to 10, you got 10 to 20, then you got 30 to 40. You know what I'm saying? And we here. We in them 40s. We living it out right now. You can use them 3 past what I just said, the 0 to 10 and 10 to 20. You can put that in the book. Call it the Bible, right? It's written. I had witnesses. You understand what I'm saying? They can write whatever they felt about who I am. But if that group was some illiterate people and they did not know how to read and there was no English, how did they write that down and somebody understood and interpret that? Where are you going with that? All I'm saying is when we was young and that 0 to 10, they taught us this. They taught us that. You better learn that because that shit is what it is and you can't change that. But I didn't know it was me. But what you mean? I did not know why I wanted to succeed so hard. Was it the fear of catching a whooping, or was it already in me to use and utilize and to see how sharp I was, just to not believe anything somebody tell you? You just got to go. And that's that. I just got to go find out that shit is true or not. How many of people I'm in here that I'm reaching and say, I just want to see if this shit is true or not? Or are you comfortable with somebody telling you any motherfucking thing? Make it make sense. Can't nobody talk. Anybody that I have to sit down with, even if I ask them a question, you know what I'm saying? But mainly if I've been around them for a couple of days, we ain't never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then if we do get to talking, apparently me and that person going to have a lot of things in common. And we didn't even know. You just didn't want to talk because we was on the same shit. You got to evaluate your atmosphere. You got to make sure the atmosphere you in is some good atmosphere to be surviving in. This might not be a good atmosphere for you. It might not be enough oxygen. It might not be enough water. It might not be enough nothing to you know, understand what I'm saying? You already don't know. You got some weapons, but you don't even know how to use them. You got some moves. You don't even know how to use them. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about having on this suit. And you got to have this suit. This suit is given to you before you even go out there and start your life, because you know that if you put this shit on properly, can't none of that stuff that they say that they gonna do, and it's already, look, if you come into some shit that they already doing, if you step into some shit that they already doing, that means you was already prepared to defeat that shit that's been going on for this long if you just not answered it. It ain't going the way it ain't going the way it's playing. It ain't going the way you want it to go. You don't need to be worrying about none of that. You don't need to be worrying about nothing that makes you feel like you got to reevaluate. And do everything in confidence and do it in confidential stride. Please do that in confidential stride. Do that in confidential stride. You understand what I'm saying? Confidential stride, man. Just don't care what the people think or say about you. Just pick something, be consistent with it, and drive that thing home. There's a lot of people doing the same thing in a category that they don't even want to be in, and they driving that shit home, and they getting all the benefits. It's your time, and it's been your time. I don't know why some people waiting on the time I'm waiting, but the whole time they had the shit in their lap because they're not focused on their own self. Because if it was on your lap and you looking this way because you don't think that you have it because you don't have it, it ain't going to be there. But if you know you got it, that shit's already there. So by the time you finish believing in it and feeding it energy to it, this shit, you're going to give birth to it right there, and it's going to be right there. No bullshit. That's how you got to do this shit, man. That shit going to be right there. If you think I'm lying, put them 9s in the chat. Put them 9s in the chat if you rocking with the information that's coming out, because I just wanted to make it make sense. Y'all told me this shit in the beginning. I had watched the film and I had put it on some of my TikTok shows on there, and that man said, Bobby Hemming, man, that man said, I'm talking about the Noah's Ark, y'all. Matter of fact, let me pull this shit. I hope I can pull this up. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm just watching that shit, and it's about Noah's Ark and how he put that shit together, man. The last part really just threw me through the loop, but it's y'all got to, man, I got to pull it up. Come on now, find this shit. I know I got it.
Again, some of the lot of challenging aspects for Allen today. Low red area passing for any quarterback is very challenging. You got 22 people within 13 yards of the field. Now they're on your 3-yard line. And you got to make really precise throws.
This is right here.
It is part of the field. The easiest thing to do, hand the ball off and pound it in. This precision.
Thanks for the 9s. You go some more. This is, yeah.
I put my first brother in jail in 1994.
I don't want to hear that. I already did that. Hold on. Did I put it at the end?
This God that has people worship him.
Well, anyway, I'll remove this.
In the middle of nowhere, guys.
I already did that. Remove this here. You got your own platform. You can do what you need to do. But the man said, look, man, say, with the animals that was in that boat, I'm going to break it down a bit. So here it is. This is my version of the Bible right here. See, everybody writing the Bible. You just don't know it. Somebody is taking notes of your life. And you don't even know it. Somebody already counting your steps. You don't even know it. They say God everywhere. He's omnipotent. Well, if it's people around you in your atmosphere that's making sure and they watching you, you get, oh man, I got the haters watching me. Hey man, look, how you think the people felt in the days that they was getting Mark, Matthew, Luke, all of them? Allegedly, if they even exist. Allegedly. You keep rocking with this channel, you're gonna see why I say allegedly if they even exist. Because old boy was supposed to get ready to tell y'all some alarm. I'm gonna go on here. I'm being whistleblower. Mr. Ray Higgins was supposed to tell y'all that David didn't even exist. And I don't even know if certain people can handle some of this stuff that I'm about to play on now. But I want to play it because it tickles my fancy. Because the whole time in that 0 to 10 era, I'm gonna go back to my 0 to 10 era, and that whole time, and I'm be like, man, they taught me that shit, and I believe that shit. And then 20 years later, that shit they taught me, somebody's put it they ain't even put it a different way because it's the same shit. That shit can't change. But it's what he said. So I said all that to say this, y'all. You mean to tell me that boy, a lion, a tiger, a gorilla, goddamn crocodile, and an alligator. You in there sailing with that shit in there. I know what you're gonna say. They in cages. They was in pairs. See, that's that shit. See, that's that shit. And I want y'all to marinate on how I said shit. Cause how the fuck? Oh man, now I know it's got to be a half a person that's laughing right along with me, because I guarantee if you say it slow, like I'm saying, they say we don't even chew our food properly because we don't even chew all the way. And last week I had told somebody about this. You know, I'm practicing chewing. They laughed at me, but I was like, I wonder what happened if I just chew for real, just chew a long time, and you get to break down and get everything that you need. And I say, okay, now I need you to break this down and get it. So if I say the same scripture I learned in the 0 to 10 with grandma and them, and I come back and I'm 30 and I read the same scripture and I see something different, is something wrong with that? Let me know in the chat if something wrong with that. Tell me there's nothing wrong with that, and tell me that, hey, maybe I can think for myself. Now, if you could think for yourself, what did you have to go to school for? They taught you science, but you could just go outside every day and figure science out. You don't need nobody to tell you what you go outside and see, right? What you put inside. I'm just saying, though. So we are in a time right now where everything that they taught us, you got to question that shit now. The way that they threw that, aliens are underwater. So you just go. But the first time they told us about space, it was like, can't nobody pass it because you got to go through the Van Allen belts. Then we grow up hearing about Bermuda Triangle. I mean, just weird stuff. The Area 51. I'm just saying, underground. I'm just a little basic stuff. That and you got a whole group that's not paying attention to none of that, and that's fine. Got a whole group into what they into. You got a whole nother group that's just you know. There's neither wrong with no, because that's in this game we playing, that's the character. They say we get everlasting life if we do right. You're gonna get everlasting life anyway. And if you spend your whole life trying to do right, you're gonna be in the wrong position every time. Because wrong is planted in your life and you didn't even know. Sometimes wrong is you, sometimes wrong is the opposition, sometimes wrong is what's in front of you. But hey, it's all a collection of your ass because you attract who you are. So you can't get mad. Hey man, the topic is I didn't know it was me. I didn't know it was me that had to protection that I have to deal with what I deal with and still be positive, laugh, and still be able to come out and still talk, and especially do this right here where everybody can pay attention and everybody can have something to say. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody can just be here and watch and not say anything. I'm used to it, man. That's how the club scene is. That's how the club scene is. That's exactly how the club scene is. And it got that way because it wasn't like that before. Everything that we grew up doing, everything that changed, church, skate, all that, it's changed. Don't nobody want to do none of that. They're going to do what they want to do. They can't stop turning up, dancing, and doing the new TikTok trend. They can't stop doing that. They can't stop doing that. But the people that's standing up on platforms like this here, they stay to getting their page shut down, and all they doing is just sitting up there and it's just facts, not the truth. Don't nobody want the truth because y'all been telling us the truth the whole goddamn time to find out that shit was a lie. So I just want facts, which means I can see this shit myself, and that is a fact. Not no shit that somebody told me and I had to take that shit with me. That shit is not a fact. That shit is the truth. And if you had any type of sense, anything that something told you, you got to go goddamn validate that shit and make sure that shit is true. Because people try to put you in some shit that you ain't even belong in. But if you walk by some shit or you even think about being in some shit you don't even belong in, you always gonna get swallowed up into that goddamn vacuum. And that's what a Bermuda Triangle is. It's just energy. All this shit is energy shifting. All this shit is energy shifting, and the shit's moving so goddamn fast. That's why some of the people around you, they're not acting the way that they was acting 10 years ago because this shit didn't hit them, all this radioactivity. Put some food in the microwave. Which one better? Food cooked on the stove or reheated in the microwave? And please don't say reheated in the microwave because the whole plate don't get warm. Just certain spots on the plate get warm. You feel me? All I know is keep doing what you're doing and keep doing what you're doing and stop saying you're trying to do all that shit, man. Cut that shit out your vocabulary. A lot of shit stop sealing the deal with your tongue. A lot of shit that you in right now, you seal the deal with your tongue before you even thought about making a move about it. That's why you can't. If you're a procrastinator, the vision in front of you, and you always ask for help, and help is always given to you, but you just don't have the ability. And it's not that you don't have the ability, you're just not going to do it. And you are who you are. You just that. Until you become something else. And that's cool. Are you the person that can deal with that shit? Some people are not built to be deal with that. Some people have to go through the test to be built to deal with that. You're not going to move on to the next stage of regression, progression, or whatever it is until you pass that test. And your ass might be in a test for a fucking life cycle for somebody else that messed up in the family. That's why you got to be the one to break the shit and be the total opposite of them and then go down the lane that we go through each and every day. Hey, man, this is for entertainment purposes only, man. I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just here because I'm having fun and I like to hear myself on the microphone. Thank you, everybody that came out and supporting this here, man. All I can tell you is I didn't know it was me. I didn't know I was made in this image. What you mean you didn't know? You know, they taught me that you're made in the image and he'll make you free, make you free. No, let us make man in our image. That means I'm a part of something. That means I am a part of that family. And there's some more families out there. That's why he said, I am a jealous. What are you jealous of? The man was up there in the mountain. They came and they built a calf and they was worshiping that calf. And he came down and got mad because they was worshiping that calf. That's that jealous shit I'm talking about. So if we learn not to be jealous of that other shit out there, the Islam, the Buddha, the Jehovah's Witness, and we just not worry about that shit, what if all of us was getting, what if you put 7 of them people in one building and they got along for a week? You know how much power be in that room then? Crowd going crazy. This is like a football game. Crowd should be going crazy. I said, look at all that power in that room. If everybody was on the same shit. If everybody was on the same shit, look at all that power in the room. If everybody was on the same shit, look at all that power in the room. If everybody was on that same shit, look at that power in the room. So just imagine yourself, if you're in a room with people that's thinking the same way. They thinking, hey, man, look, first thing, they ain't got to, one thing about love, my nigga, you ain't got to tell somebody unless they need to be reminded. Or you telling them because you're empowering the fuck out of them. And you know what I mean. I'm not talking about that in that world love. Shit, I ain't talking about that, y'all. I'm talking about that 100. I'm talking about somebody you don't talk to every day. I'm talking about somebody you talk to probably once or twice a month. I'm talking about that shit. That's that shit. That shit is good for the mental. That shit is good for the road that's up ahead because those are shit you could just hold on to and say, I know. I want y'all to just sit there and put yourself there like I'm putting myself there. Like it's the circle It don't have to be physical. We have to be doing something that everybody in the world doing. We could be sitting here and just taking care of what we need to take care of in our atmosphere and take it that way at a time. Therefore, everything else will come to us back in full return in a circle. See, I want residual. I want this stuff to be flowing like a river. I want it to come in natural. I want it to be good. I want it to be good. Therefore, I can pass it out and I know it's good and everybody can eat. But if you put anybody in there with a little bit of, nah, I ain't trying to hit it. And that's exactly what we live in right now. It's got too far. You can wing it off because we can, and we are gonna do it. And that's why some of us is splitting off into different realms. That's why it's feeling. Some people don't even know it's moving faster than what it ever been before. Which means the process is sped up. I mean, we're gonna die faster, unless you're gonna live forever and put some of that. Yeah. I ain't know it was me. I ain't know it was me. I ain't know I was the prodigal son. I didn't know I was the prodigal son that came back and he opened his arm up. I mean, I forgave myself for the bullshit that I put myself through. Symbolization, people. You got to understand symbols. And it was so dark in there, and I was somewhere I ain't supposed to be, but I still got out because you believed in your motherfucking self. That person Jonah knew he wasn't going to be in that bitch for a long time. He don't know how he was going to get out, but he just knew he wasn't going to be in there forever. You built different when you like that. Is what I'm saying. You built different when you lose a child and you stand up and smile. You're built different when you lose a mom and you stand up and smile. You're built different when Granny raised you and Granny gone and everybody wasn't as authentic for Granny, and then Granny kept everything together and she kept it well knit and you're mad. Ain't no more grannies, ain't no more nothing, ain't no more pariahs, ain't none of that shit. We just living off, okay, what you gonna give me right now? And shit, I'm ready to show the world what I got. Just show the world what I got. Ready to show them what the fuck I got. I got this. I got this. They can't tell you nothing. But you've been in the dark asking for help. And the motherfucker that's in front of you helping, you don't like him because that nigga's shirt orange. And you like blue. I mean, come on, man. We just got anything that divides the fuck up. And that's why we be losing the way we be losing, man. Because it be divided up. And ain't no need to divide that shit up. If you come put a Jehovah's Witness and a Mormon and a Baptist and a Catholic in the same place and take away that shit, they still pray to a entity. They pray to something and they believe in that shit. And it gives it's like shit, watching your motherfucking seeds grow that you put in the ground. It's the same thing when you watch your kids grow up. You know what I'm saying? They were struggling to math, now they're not struggling to math. But it's on you. You got to make time out to get uncomfortable and do shit that you don't want to do just cause. You know what I'm saying? And see you when you get better, you know you're not doing it just cause. You understand what I'm saying? You know you're not doing it just cause. Go back to the beginning of this young man right there.
Just 44 yards. Some of that will go with it.
Oh man. My bad, y'all.
To get in any kind of rhythm as a play caller is if you're getting negative plays, whether that be penalties pushing you back, where they get right there, a tackle for loss. Now all of a sudden you're trying to think what that next play is going to be. Well, you weren't anticipating 2nd and 15, 2nd and 14.
In the universe. Y'all remember I said that? I kind of got that on a couple of people and it kind of stunned them so hard. So I figured I'd kind of change it around a little bit. So it would be so stunning to people. Damn that. The powers that be, the ruling elite, the end. I told y'all last week. Now, the in crowd knows that in order to have power over the people, they must influence and determine what the people believe about life, about death,
Hello.
about eternity. This is
They lied
the
to us, man.
entire purpose and agenda behind something called religion.
Lied to us.
Let's define religion so that we're clear here.
Listen up.
Religion means back or
Yep.
to bring together.
Okay.
Again, ligo, L-I-G-O, means to bind. Check that out now. So if re means back and ligo means to bind, the word religion carries with it the connotation to bind someone back to someone's viewpoint or idea. Religion is subjective. And it is the
Now, before he go any further, when I was animated and I was speaking, I said the same thing he said. The same thing he said, not verbatim. And see if we don't go check what I said and what he's saying and the way that you check it. Some people might see it totally different than you did. I know I seen that verse. And over here later, I read that verse again, and now I feel different than what I felt the first time I heard it. Does experience change the definition? Or it's the recognizing that it's you. You the one that made happen what's happening. You thought of it. You said it. You did it. Now you in it. And you got to stand on it and live by it. And when somebody come around, don't hide it. When you least expect it, you'll come out and win. When you least expect it, you'll come out and win. You just got to believe that you're going to win. You're going to come out a winner every time. You're going to come out a winner every time. Odds against you. You've been losing this whole time and everybody been making fun of you. And then when they're not paying attention, all of a sudden you rise above that bullshit that you caused yourself because you thought about it. And that's why that shit was right in front of you. And you didn't even know that was in front of you because you talked that shit up and that shit was right in front of you. And even if you didn't talk it up and it was ran right in front of you, you said it in the past what you was going to do when you got into that situation. So you still talk that situation up. So you got to start talking life into yourself so you can stop being dead. You got to tell yourself that you living and not saying that, hey, man, I'm about to die. Dying is living and living is dying. Dying is living. You got to come back and finish that shit.
feeling which has been evolved in us. It's been evolved in us since childhood. Again, the powers that be know that the way to control people is to control what they believe. So therefore, they make sure that they gain the upper hand in controlling our lives by placing a belief system in us. Before we even in it. As we grow up, we acquire a knowledge of what is right and wrong based on religion.
Wow.
Did y'all hear that?
Wow.
Follow what I'm saying. And everybody say this before. Everybody said people never do wrong as strong as when they do it in the name of religion. That's a quote, man. Okay, for your shirt.
Put it on the shirt.
Okay. Brothers,
Put it on the shirt. Underdog.
And
Put it on the shirt.
Quotes are. There's one of them. People never do wrong as strong as when they do it in the name of religion.
So religion is the scapegoat to do the
What's
shit
really
that
deep
you
here
doing.
is
He's not through with me
people
yet, dead ass people.
honestly determine
Nah, that's
whether
who the
they are
fuck
wrong
he
or
is, man. And I had to say it like
right
that because I ain't
in an
afraid of who I
action
am.
based on what
That's how I
they've
get
been taught.
further in life where I'm at now. Not giving a fuck
Some of
what
us
people
honestly
think you
think
are
that
supposed to be.
it is wrong
You gonna
to
make
walk
me
down
who
the
you want
street
me to
and
be.
shoot somebody. But yet it's right to be in Iraq and shoot somebody. Something's wrong there,
Y'all
isn't
catch that?
it? Shooting somebody, taking a life is taking a life.
Period. I don't give a fuck what you
So
gotta
why
go
is
to
it
do.
okay to do it in Iraq or in Afghanistan?
Wow.
Okay? But it's wrong to do it on North Newstead. Religion.
It's not okay to kill a man over here, but when you put on the suit, then you can go over there and you can kill him. But thou shalt not kill. Just like when I was going back and talking about that man in that Noah boat, that Noah in that boat. How you got the whale in the boat? Oh, I forgot. The whale was in the water, so he swam with the boat. Now, the man that said that everybody was in the thing, wasn't nobody out. Not even the water people. I'm just saying, this is two things. Mine and what he just said, too. It's okay to kill over there, but you can't kill over here. They give you the okay to kill over there because it's for them. You ain't even over there doing it for yourself. You doing it for something that don't even love you. You doing something for something that don't even love you. And you shouldn't do that at all because you should do everything in not the world's definition of love because they show us what they want us to love. Stuff. And if you stuck with a stuffed person, all you're going to be doing, man, how do you win in that situation? You got to talk positive out of it. Then you got to first say, appreciate what you in. I appreciate whatever I'm in. Some stuff that I ain't had no control over that happened to me. No control over it. But I got to control how I react in public or how I react to people or how I talk. Look, man, I talk how I talk. I'm not going to switch it up for nobody. I don't need all them people. I don't need a following. I don't need nobody to come around me to hype me up, put a battery in my back, make me say some shit that I don't even really, you know what I'm saying? I just want to keep all my words to myself, and make sure I'm going to be prosperous in what I'm doing right now because the more I be, the more I be consistent, the more my face is shown, and the more I talk about making it make sense, the more I find out I didn't know it was me that was God. I was made in His image, so that means a God. Two humans make a human. The opposite human creates humans. So gods must create gods. Then the story of the angels coming down, messing with the regular people. So if all gods, then that story just goes out the window then, don't it? Now you can see why some people say the four gospels not real. Some people say that Jesus that they was telling us in church is not real. Not that Jesus. That Jesus that I learned in church, that's not it, bro. It's not it, bro. The real one, yeah, I believe in that. Not that one at the church that I went to when I was little. Not that one. Not that one. Then you find out there's more deities born on the same day, but you find out that person that we follow is not even born on that day, and we still go along with it. They say this is paganism and this is wrong, and they still go along with it. They even have events over there. I mean, make it make sense, man. And you wonder why it's confusion. See, next week I'm going to talk about confusion. Next week I'm going to talk on confusion. I'm going to hit right on confusion with the same brother I got up here, me, and we're going to go in with confusion. But before we go into the confusion, you got to know, I ain't know it was me. So didn't know it was you. That's confusion. And you got to get up out of that. But the only reason you're around it because you're around a whole bunch of other people that's confused. Shit, they don't know neither. That's why they following your ass. At least you got some sense. Give him a couple more minutes. Then we're gonna bring this thing home. Told my kids ready to get up out of there, man. I'm in there. I got a couple of more minutes. I told him to give me 10 minutes. Pow!
Belief systems. It is the principle of or motive for morality. It is this feeling in us which prompts man to interest himself in the mysteries of in life.
Phenomena.
And by which many people are led. Again, religion. Again, the subject today is God is not the author of confusion. Religion is. We live in a world, brothers and sisters, where we are constantly bombarded with information. How that information is presented to us, accuracy, and how it is perceived determines our perception of reality. That's some deep stuff, y'all. Things that's real for one person ain't real for other people. And again, why? Based on
I said it earlier.
Belief system.
Belief. Wow.
Therefore, we must learn to develop basic thinking skills. What did I just say?
Basic living skill. Basic living skill.
Basic thinking. Now,
And we ain't even got it no more.
Thinking skills is when you literally learn how to dissect, analyze, go to the root of a purpose of a thing, find out why it was created in the first place, see its applicability in your life today. That's critical thinking. Do what it does. And many of us, believe it or not, think it's a sin to think. These words. A lot of pastors today say the same thing. What blessing it is for my bank account that people don't think. Because if people would only think, they would know that a lot of the stuff he or she is saying don't make sense. But it's religion. And religion is about control and not about personal development. Brothers and sisters, when you develop the skill and habit of thinking, your mind will not be so easily manipulated. I've never seen so many weak-minded people in my life as I see people. Okay, we are gullible as a people. We will run after anything. All somebody got to do is put it in a theoretical statement, and we'll go take off running after it because we are in love with data and information. You will know how to read between the lines and for a deeper understanding when you get into that habit of thinking. People, minds of people have been manipulated into a paralysis of analysis. When it comes to knowledge about those to set us free, help to empower us. The mind of God to our psyche. And if the person we're listening to wears that title, our thinking goes out the window. And whatever he or woman of God We accept it. Part of our fiber.
Yep, that's exactly what I've been saying this whole entire time, man. Whatever you put into whatever you get out of the atmosphere and whatever you breathe in from the atmosphere, that's what you're gonna give birth to. So if you're thinking it and you haven't said nothing about it, you have already created it in your atmosphere. You're just waiting on your day to seal the tongue and grab it and bring it in and manifest it and put it right in front of you. So that's why sometimes it's best that you don't say nothing at all. Be quiet, understand what's going on, understanding that you can't control what's going on, understand that you're not going to like it every time that it's going on, understand that it's not supposed to be built to where it's just supposed to be just sunny all the time. That shit gonna hurt. That shit has to hurt. How else you gonna manage? How else you gonna make it to the next stage? Your ass gotta hurt. You gotta keep hurting. But just know that joy gonna come when it's supposed to come. But endure it to the time that it come and appreciate the shit. Because half the time you put yourself there, and the other half is you just that's what the fuck you signed up for when you born into this shit that we in. You ain't avoiding it. It's got to happen to you. You can get away with some stuff, and some stuff you ain't gonna get away. This person that ain't gonna happen to, but this person it could happen to. Just because they say it's in the family don't mean that you got to be the one to keep inheriting that shit. Let that shit go and give it to somebody else, man. Swing with me one time, man. Shout out to everything that we do right here on Galveston Podcast, and be on the lookout because we coming to them kids and we just come help out this community, and it's coming. Y'all just keep on keeping on with the keeping on, and everybody that's keeping on with the keep on, y'all keep keeping it on. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's time, people. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to see some shit that we never thought we were supposed to see with our own eyes. And then what you're going to do when that shit happen. That's why I love all the ones who caught whoopers, because them the ones that's going to be ready. Hey, man, let me get up out of here, man. I got shit to do today.
For me to know we here now, believe it, brokers. I am on my shit, and you know it's true. Ask your bitch, she know it too. Why you think she can live with the crew? I am on my shit. Can you see me? No. Everybody always wanna see me flow. I show stop playing scene. I'm on, cause I am on my shit.
I'm on mine. They know why. She so shy. I'm so fly. The thought of it open up her eye. The grind in me, she say that's my guy. Pine cone fresh, she asks why. Fresh head to toe, baby girl, you'll be surprised. Boss status, we some wise guys. Super size, baby girl, you're small fry. Be something like that, I'm nothing like that. Whole sci-fi nigga, you boss, I'm back. The more you hate it, it just makes me laugh. Don't be mad at me, you need to be mad at yourself. Can't stand backstabbers, talk about you and laugh with you. Then they get mad at you when you learn how to deal with them. I'm a heart and I got no patience, ignorance and I'm not gonna take it. Tequila shot and I don't even taste it. Promethazine, expensive tasting. 6 and 8 and I stay betting. Bet the bar, you know I'm drinking. Get it, I'm the drink man. Purple like the Kool-Aid man. Patty cake, I got a baker's hand. Get rid of these grams as fast as I can. Roll it up, put one in the air, man.
Open up the race, always at first, cause that's the place. Don't know what I'm on if that's the case, bitch. I am on my shit, and they see it though. What are your most for me to know? We here now, believe it, brokers. I am on my shit, and you know it's true. Ask your bitch, she know it too. Why you think she can live with the crew? I am on my shit. Can you see me? No. Everybody always wanna see me flow. I show stop every scene I'm on, cause I am on my